I understand just how frustrating it can be when you decide to study and somehow you actually get yourself to sit down, on your chair, you take out your books, and for the couple hours you spend there, you only even get like 15 minutes of true work done, and that's absolutely frustrating. And just man, that's like when you really want to study and you can't do that. You just get there on that chair, you try to do the work, and you only get about 15 minutes of true work actually done. Productivity is absolutely important to work. That's the whole basis of work, right? It's legit. Like, as more productive you are, the way you use your time is what's gonna make you rich, right? Just clear point. So if you go into a story time, like, I always found it fascinating in school that they never actually taught us how to study, how to actually properly manage our time, as well as how what's the best way to learn. Like, they teach all these stuff, like, oh yeah, like visual learning, but like none of that actually helped if you really think about it, especially in stuff like life skills and life orientation. It just wasn't really that helpful. And most definitely, like, it just bums me out that they never actually taught us the best way to learn, as well as how to properly study and get the work done. How do you actually get there? How do you actually make yourself sit down and get the work done, so and actually get a good amount of work done? So that's the main point. How do you actually stay productive? And it would always bum me out that they never actually taught us this, because for the minority of people who were actually able to get themselves to sit down, open up their laptop, or get their notes out, for the minority of people who actually, somehow they were able to get themselves on the table, they weren't even able to get out enough work for the time that they put in. So what I mean by that, they would spend 5 hours maybe, working, but they would only get like half an hour or like an hour's true work done in those 5 hours. And that's just a bummer, man. Like, where, like, you're not even getting enough work out when you put in, right? Your output isn't even as good as your input. So that it's absolutely horrible to be in that stage. And yeah, coming from a 16-year-old is kind of barbarical, but I can sort of relate, because I've tried to sit myself down and study and like actually put in some good work, but I've for most of my life just haven't been able to do that, and that's been super frustrating and annoying. And you really can form like a sort of like self-depreciating and self, like, sort of hatred type stuff when you can't force yourself to do get some good work done, right? You can't cover the topics and everything. And yeah, it can be really frustrating. So there's three new productivity sort of like tricks that I use, and well, tips that I use, and they have been life changing. These three productivity tips are basically what's going to make me just 10 times more productive, 100%, 10 times more productive. So let me just not waste any more of your time and just get right into it. The first productivity tip that we have here is Pareto's law, also known as the 80-20 principle. You've probably heard this. The Pareto's law, or the 80-20 principle, states that 80% of the things you do only give you 20% of the results, and 20% of the things you do actually give you 80% of the results. So what does this basically mean? So the few really intense tasks that we do give us most of the results. Those 20% of intense, like, super concentrated result work gives us 80% of the results, right? And most of these other tasks that we do that are really meaningless, 80% of other tasks, only give us 20% of the benefit. So the whole point of this is to identify, okay, what are the tasks, these 20% of tasks, that are actually giving me 80% of the benefit. And also, likewise, um, which tasks are sort of meaningless and they only give me 20% of the benefit. So you want to identify those two things. And let's say we look at my YouTube business right here. The most important tasks for me, these 20% of tasks that give me 80% of the results, are just simply recording the video, scripting the video, and editing the video. Those are the only three things. And honestly, I don't even edit like that much. Like, I like, my recent videos haven't even been edited. But those are the three most important things. There's nothing really else. So if you look at all these other meaningless tasks that I can be spending my time on, stuff like YouTube Shorts, my channel profile, my channel description, my channel page, like, so working on that, on the business, Bro, none of that really matters. The best thing that I can do is just focus on scripting and recording the videos, getting better at scripting the videos, storytelling and stuff like that, as well as getting better on being on camera and just recording and speaking in front of the camera. Those are the two things that are most definitely going to like skyrocket the growth of the YouTube channel. It's all the 80% of results are coming just from these 20% of things I'm doing, which is scripting and recording. So there's probably in your work as well, stuff like this, which is just they're just obviously just the few tasks, the few really intense tasks that are giving you most of the benefit, and just drop the rest of the tasks that aren't really going to give you any benefit. So I mean, you can even look at like my channel profile. It's literally just me, like just like I think pointy at like my bicep or something. Like it was just a funny picture. I just put that as a channel profile because yeah, whatever, right? And the second, and this has been the real game changer, which is Parkinson's law. So, do you remember the times when you had like this like 2 week assignment? You had an assignment for like 2 weeks, right? And then, of course, you procrastinate and everything, and you only on the last day, on the last 24 hours, you somehow get the work done. You had a 2 week assignment, and somehow you get it in 24 hours of insane caffeine. In just a 2 week assignment, you get done with 24 hours with intense caffeine. Just this crazy caffeinated day. Somehow you get all that work done. And this, my dear friends, is Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law states that a task will swell in perceived importance and complexity in relation to the time given for its completion. So I just sounded really fancy and scientific, but if we break this down, is if we set 15 hours to do work, the work will fill in the 15 hours. The same work. That same work put in for 6 hours will fill in 6 hours. And the same work for 2 hours will fill in 2 hours. So Parkinson's law is basically the set time that we give for work, the work will swell to fill in that time, depending on its importance and its complexity. So how can we use this, right? Is if we set short, cutthroat deadlines for our work, we're just going to honestly just be more concentrated on the work, and we're just going to get the work done more faster and save all these other like just that as I just stated, like you legit finish a 2 week assignment in just one single day. So one single day of just absolute concentration where you're just putting all your effort into one day. If you had done this honestly, like in the first day of the 2 week assignment, you would have been so much more free and just less stressed about it, right? And this is essentially what Parkinson's law dictates, is that we want to create these short cutthroat deadlines, specific deadlines, right? Where you have like, okay, short, like in Saturday in the morning, immediately when I wake up, I'm going to script 3 videos in an hour. That's what I'm going to do. And this is the type of stuff I've been following, right? So I gave myself like 45 minutes, I think this one time, to script 1 video and then to record 3 videos. I think something went wrong with that. But legit, like, I've got a week's work. Remember, I have to upload 3 videos a week. I can legit get 3. My goodness, I can get 3 videos out in 1 week in just a few hours. In just a few hours, I can just work, like just with full concentration, and I can get a week's work done, and I'm completely free for the rest of the week. So Parkinson's law is absolutely crazy. So by this part of the video, number 1, you should already have the tasks that are most important. You've identified the tasks that are going to give you the most results. These few tasks, in this case for me, would be like scripting and recording. For you, maybe you're like a programmer or whatever it is. Like the most important task is just coding, bro. Just don't make it too complex, right? Shot, you found the biggest ROI tasks, and then second thing, you've made short, clear, and cutthroat deadlines to get the work done. Right? You have to make deadlines. Deadlines are crazy. When you have to say like, okay, by this time I'm going to have uploaded all these videos and record all these videos. By this time, 100%, I will finish. And then you even set like how much time, like Parkinson's law, even just like how many hours you put to that work. So you're like, okay, 1.5 hours, I'm gonna script 3 videos as well as record a video. and somehow you just get it done. In 1.5 hours, you're able to script 3 videos and record a single video. It's absolutely crazy, man. Oh man, I'm so happy. Like this book, bro. This book for 4 hour work week. Like time management chapter has been crazy. So once you've identified the most important tasks and you set those cutthroat deadlines, the third and final productivity tip is deep work. So deep work is basically the skill of where you're just able to have super like Martian like concentration on just one task, right? So the easiest way for you to get into a flow state is essentially not what you should do, but what you shouldn't do. So deep work is essentially, I would just, this is essentially deep work, right? I'm just completely focused on recording the video. I'm not really thinking about much about anything else. I'm just thinking about speaking to the camera and reading my script off. So that's what deep work is, right? You're just completely in a flow state, and all you can, there's no thoughts in your head. Well, maybe there could be thoughts in your head. Of course, you have, you're only human after all. But it's a skill, and you get to level up just like in a video game. It's a skill that you level up, and the more you keep practicing, the more better you get. And deep work, you can just, all this concentration, just one singular thing, more than just like multitasking, try to do all these other simple things. If you just concentrate on one single thing, you're gonna make crazy amount of progress just because of the whole point of focus, right? So set a timer for yourself for the deep work, maybe 1 hour of deep work, and just the thing, like don't even set like 8 hours straight deep work. Most people can actually only do in a day. The best deep work people can only do 4 hours of deep work a day. So don't try be like 8 hours like straight working on the business type of stuff. Of course, obsess about the business, but don't try to do deep work for like 8 hours straight. Like you just gotta fry your brain. That's how intense it should be. Like it feels like your brain is fried and you need to rewind and recharge. So put your phone on do not disturb, put on airplane mode, whatever. Try, if you have any other obligations, just try get those obligations done with or postpone them, whatever, so that once you get into the deep work, you don't get out until you're done with the work. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys gained some value, because these tips have honestly been absolutely life changing. Like it's Sunday and I started scripting the videos yesterday. I've scripted 4 videos actually, and I've recorded 4 videos as well, like in just 2 single days. So it's absolutely been crazy. I've already uploaded one of them. So thank you guys so much for watching the video, and keep improving.